just, I don't even know what to say about that. That was an epic failure. YouTube, what is up? It is your boy GrayMan47 back on the scene with another quick video. If this is the first time you have visited my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do me a favor, check out all the content, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out content. For those of you that are returning to my channel, I appreciate you rocking with me on another one. All right, today's video. Listen, y'all, I was watching one of Santee TV's videos. It was actually one of her lives, and they had a great discussion about a lot of different things, but one of the subjects that came up were budget guns. And, you know, some people, as we know, have the means to buy very expensive guns, and some of us just don't have those means. So what type of guns should we buy? I know some people talked about the Hi-Point, whether the Hi-Point was an okay gun to buy or not. Some people said anything is better than nothing. And then somebody asked the question, are there any guns that we should stay away from? And that's what I'm gonna talk to you about today, y'all. So let's get it. All right, y'all. Are there any guns that we should stay away from? All right, so one gun that comes to mind for me, in my experience, has been a gun that's kind of gone through some changes in terms of the company's name. And that name or that gun is Jennings Arms Pistols. And you can find these pistols in a lot of different places. You can find them online at some of the big online gun sales websites like gunbroker.com and some other ones. You can find these sometimes at your local dealers, sometimes at gun shows. You'll see them. And these guns are super inexpensive. They're typically under $100. But now, you know what, as I looked recently, I have seen them run upwards to $150 and whatnot. So this is a gun, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me go back, let me take a step back. So this is a Jennings Arms, and you can see, you know, right on the slide it says Jennings Arms. It's a J22, which you can see. And all of these guns are clear and nothing in the magazines. So they are clear and safe. But the Jennings Arms is what you see on this slide. Later on, I think they were bought out by another company, and they were called Brico Arms, and then they were kind of being, you know, manufactured under that name. And then a little bit later, I think another company bought them out, or they changed the name, whatever they did, to, I think it's considered or pronounced Jimenez or Jimenez Arms Inc. Same guns, you know, work exactly the same, just different names. So the two that I have that I just showed you are both in 22 caliber. The third one that I have it's Jennings Arms, and it's in the 32 caliber, 32 ACP, and it's also safe as well. So these guns, for a number of different reasons, from what I understand, changed names. I think one of them had to do with a lawsuit of an accidental discharge, and so there's a number of different reasons, I guess, why they changed names. But anyways, on to why I think this is a gun that, or a manufacturer that you should stay away from, is because my experience with these guns is they do not run well. They constantly misfeed, at least the ones that I've owned. And I've also owned them in 380, never the 9mm though, but they never run smoothly. I can never get more than a handful of shots without them jamming. And if you take them apart inside of them, which I'm just not going to do, but if you take them apart inside, you will see that the edges are rough and the corners are rough. Just not a really well put together gun in terms of manufacturing and the design. Just a very basic gun, has a fixed barrel on it, so the barrel doesn't move, the barrel doesn't come off, it's fixed to the frame. You know, just not a really well-made gun. Now, some people will argue that you could take it apart, use a Dremel, polish it up, smooth all the edges out, and then it'll run a lot better for you. I just have never put that amount of energy or effort into it. Maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. You have to decide for yourself, is that something you're willing to invest in? For me, if you're gonna pay $100 or even just a little under $100 for this gun, I would say save up and get yourself at least a High Point. Now I know we talk a lot of trash on the High Point. People laugh and snicker at the High Point, but the High Point goes bang. It does. It goes bang. It might not have the fit and finish or the aesthetics that other guns have, but it works. These guns, in my opinion, do not reliably work and function, and I would not, put my life on this gun. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna take this gun over here to the range in one of the lanes, and I'm gonna shoot this gun so that you can see how it functions. I did clean it up. I did, oil it up and everything. I didn't want that to be a reason for it to malfunction. I have not shot this gun, I don't know, maybe 10 years, 10 plus years. But I did, like I said, clean it up, oil it up so that it would lube it up so it wouldn't malfunction as a result of that. All right, so let's do that. We'll come back to the table. I'll give you my final thoughts on these guns, and we'll see if they function today on the range. All right, let's go. All right, y'all, so those last 5 rounds were Blazers. They're not jacketed. They were straight lead bullets. So that might have contributed to some of the malfunctions or the misfeeds. So this second 6 rounds that I'm going to shoot are actually some Remingtons, I think gold 22s, but they actually are jacketed. So we'll see if the performance is any different with those. Let's see. So the gun kind of came apart on me. Never had that happen before. Make sure it's safe. So the slide actually broke off, flew off. And is over on the ground. Those are the internals I was telling you about. You can see that. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but it's very rough and rugged, and it just came apart on me. Not safe at all. There's an example of why you need eyes. Oh man. All right, y'all, after that catastrophe, I'm gonna try the 32 ACP. I only have 5 rounds of 32 ACP. I thought I had more than 5 rounds, but I only got 5 rounds. So I'm gonna shoot it, see how it functions. Let's see if we get any better results. One failure to feed. Failure to eject. .32 ACP. Let's get back to the table. All right, y'all. If you just, I don't even know what to say about that. That was an epic failure. You saw what I saw. No need for much explanation. The gun just pretty much blew up in my hand as I shot some 22 rounds. The slide flew off. The firing pin, which is usually housed inside this slide, fell out somewhere over there. I can't find it. The spring fell out. Just an epic disaster. So here's another example of a gun that, like I said, I would not recommend this unless somebody actually gave it to you and you could not save up a couple of $100s for something better. I know some of you guys out there in the comments going to say that you never experienced this and never happened. This is one experience, one gun, my gun, and it was very well taken care of. Like I said, I did not, take a Dremel to it, polish all the sides, all that stuff, for doing any of that extra stuff that you shouldn't have to do when buying a firearm. I didn't do any of that stuff, but as far as regular maintenance and care of this weapon, just like any weapon that I have, I oiled it, cleaned it, made sure it was ready to go today before I shot it, and then you saw the results. But here's another close-up. I know I showed you a minute ago, but here's another close-up of the inside of that slide. And you can just see how it's not smooth. The edges are rough. Just not a well-designed gun. I shouldn't say not a well-designed gun, but just not a well-manufactured gun. That's why it's under $100 a lot of times when you find it. The 32 ACP, on the other hand, functioned a little bit better. I think I got 3, maybe 4 shots off before it actually, no, I actually got, I think, 3 off. I think the third or the fourth one was a failure to feed, and then there was a failure to eject. So another example of the unreliability of these pistols. So I'm telling you guys, these are guns that I say definitely stay away from. Not something that you want to trust with your life. My experience with the 380 ACP, it was not any better than any of these. The 9mm, again, I have not had an opportunity to test or shoot any of those. But if this company is making, or these companies, I guess I should say, are making these firearms to this level of quality, I'm just going to save my money and get at least a high point. And then if you can move up from a high point, I would suggest doing that as well. So listen, y'all, this is what I got. This is what I came out here to do. I showed you, a little bit about these guns and showed you exactly why I would stay away from them. All right. So listen, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button if you already haven't. Hit that like button. Drop some comments down in the comment section. If you've had better luck with these guns, do me a favor, tell me about it. I want to hear your experiences. If you've had something similar to this, to my experience with these guns, I want to hear that too. Drop them down there in that comment section. All right, y'all. So that's all I got for you today on this one. Stay away from the Brico, Jimenez, however you pronounce it, or Jennings. Stay away from those guns. Stay away from them. That's all I got to say on that one. You know what I'm saying, y'all? I'm out.